Call the office at 572-0383 or 572-0215. REV-UP St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Up next, Harddrive with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
In moments of loss, finding comfort and support is essential. At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we understand that every life is unique, and honoring that life is our mission. Our dedicated team is here to guide you through every step, offering personalized services that reflect the cherished memories of your loved one. From traditional funerals to modern celebrations of life, we provide a range of options tailored to your family's wishes. Whether it's a simple service or an elaborate tribute, we ensure every detail is handled with care. Let us help you create a meaningful farewell, honoring the legacy of your loved one. To learn more about our services, call 758-452-2021 Castries, 758-454-9239 Viewfort. Visit us at www.rambalisfuneral.com. Rambali's Funeral Parlor, where memories are cherished and love is everlasting.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you checking us out on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, and I believe on DBS television as well. Welcome to Harddrive for today, Wednesday, the 18th of February. My name is Andre Paul, and the co-host of the show, none other than the lovely Lady J. Lady J, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Andre. Very good morning to you too.
Thank you very much.
It's a beautiful morning.
Yes, it is.
A little humid this morning while I was walking, but it felt good because we didn't have much sun. But so the humidity was okay for me. But the two together, that's like torture.
Well, let's enjoy the cool weather for as long as possible, because the climatologists are predicting that it's going to get hot in St. Lucia. That's the prediction. I hope they're wrong. I really, really hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
Definitely. We will. Well, God willing.
Yeah.
God, if we're alive. So
DBS, Cinti, please send me a message. Let us know if we're on DBS. That would be nice. That would be kind of you. I appreciate that, Cinti.
Okay. So all is well on your side, family and everybody's well.
Thanks for asking. All is well. Yeah. Good thing you said that. I kind of forgot, so it's a good thing. Thank you, Andre. My son-in-law is celebrating his birthday today.
Oh, really?
Yes, so happy birthday to Alistair. Everyone knows him as Kim, but every time you say Kim, you think it's a female. So Alistair Flora, he's my son-in-law, my daughter's husband, celebrating his birthday. And of course, they both have the day off, I hope.
Oh, but you're not sure? You're not sure?
Well, usually they do. So I think they have the day off because it's... Andre, one of the things that they've both experienced is if they don't take that day off, and I don't know if it has ever happened to you, but it has happened to me in the years of me celebrating a birthday. I go to work feeling good, and somebody has to mess up my day. Yes, Andre. So if you can get the day off, the best thing to do is to get the day off, and so your entire 24 hours is maybe 99.9% exciting, happy, and of course the mind is exactly where it wants to be. That's a
good point, Lady J.
Yeah.
Good point. Very good point. Yeah, over the years, I found myself working every August 31st. Yeah, I was always at work. In fact, I don't make a big fuss with it. I don't make a fuss with it, to be honest with you. So it's neither here nor there. I'd go to work. I wouldn't even say anything to anybody. In fact, I would give specific orders. I give specific orders to certain radio announcers. Please, do not mention that, okay? It's unnecessary.
What was the reason for saying that or feeling that way?
I don't know. I think maybe it's because when we were kids, we never really celebrated our birthday. It was no big deal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, not at my home.
Yeah, well, a lot of homes like that.
From the night before.
Complete opposite, yeah.
Everybody in the house fighting to see who is going to say happy birthday to who first. So from 12 o'clock, I brought my daughter up from 12 because I brought her up to say that tomorrow is never promised. So when it's 12 o'clock, wish happy birthday. And we still do that in the family.
Yeah. And there are some people, for example, who will remind you of their birthday.
Yeah.
They remind you. Yeah, they tell you today, tomorrow is mine, today is mine, whatever. But they don't really care about yours.
Oh, well, that's sad, Andre.
Yeah,
That's really sad.
They never ask you. In fact, they I don't think they're interested, because that means now, because the reason they tell you is because they want expecting something.
Really?
So yeah, aren't you aware of that? People say, today's my birthday. Yeah.
Not the friends
they make
have,
a big
Andre.
fuss because they want people to know and to treat them well and so on. And nothing wrong with that. There's nothing intrinsically wrong about it. But I'm saying, when now it's your turn, they don't even...
The follow-up.
Yeah, there's no follow-up. They don't even ask you anything about it, because they know that you've been nice to them, and that means they have to be nice to you as well. So they don't ask anything. They don't say anything. So as far as I'm concerned, it's neither here or there. Once I know it, that's the most important thing.
My hubby is like that.
A guy after my own heart.
Andre, he's like that. He say every day is the same day. So I'm like, but you don't get older except on that day. That is your birthday. So you can celebrate it big, small, whatever, but acknowledge it, But we do. We make sure we have if he wants, if we get him a cake and he don't want the cake, we still cut it and say happy birthday, and we eat it for him. Well, if you don't want it, we'll eat it. Yeah. Simple. Yeah, but he never celebrates.
As I say, I think it has a lot to do with one's history. It was no big deal where we came
One's
from.
home, you're right.
Now, my children, on the other hand, I made sure that they're honored, on their birthday.
Good for you.
Yeah, because
that's
I know,
very good.
Yeah, it's a nice feeling when somebody goes out of their way to make you feel good, and also. Some people who know you well, they know what you like, what you don't like, and they know that your birthday is coming up, so they're planning for your birthday, right?
So you like surprises?
No. I'm talking about my role in my children's life. In other words, I know, say for example, my daughter may like a particular thing. That's what she's longing to have. I'm going to make sure, right, I get her that.
Yeah, nice.
You understand? Yeah. So I'm just saying that's what we should be doing, planning for our the people who are important to us, planning their birthday. But I find like a lot of people just come along. It's like almost like, well, they're waiting for you to do something, and then they just follow. Yeah.
I remember planning my hubby's 50th. That was hard, Andre, because he ain't like surprises. I had to get a couple of the top staff involved, and it came out as you have a meeting. Now, I also, with Consuelo, we had to plan that we were taking him out to dinner, whereas the staff there was a meeting. Now, I didn't even know my husband would think that way, and he told them, my wife is planning a dinner for me, and y'all are having a meeting. Why are y'all having the meeting at that time? I only found that out after. I was like, oh my God, that's so nice, because I think he would have put the meeting before the family dinner. So in the end, he got there. But when he got there, apparently he was asking a whole lot of questions as to when is the meeting going to start, etc., etc., etc. So he was surprised, but it was a lot of questions that towards the very end he suspected.
Yeah.
Towards the very end.
Yeah. What I like to do is, for the person's birthday, the thing I know that they really, really would like to have. So I have that planned. Not like the surprise thing where you have a surprise party. Surprise!
Yeah, like that.
No. I know that this person would really appreciate this particular thing. So I make sure I plan it well, that sort of thing.
That's nice.
Yeah.
When you say person, because you just said people don't give you, so you give persons or you give very close
I didn't say
friends?
people don't give me. I haven't said that at all.
People,
I said that people normally they will tell you it's their birthday. Right, but they don't really care about yours.
Right, so I got the feeling. Let's just put it that way. Because you said that, I got the feeling.
That I don't get anything?
Or you don't get the happy birthday kind of greeting.
But as I said, I don't really wanted it. So that's fine. That's okay. I'm saying, for me, where I'm concerned, the people who are supposedly important in my life, I'll make sure I will do the thing that will make them feel happy. And like a surprise. Oh my gosh, I always wanted this thing. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the 3 children that you have, how often does that happen?
Well,
thank you, Daddy. I really wanted this.
Well, right now, my son lives in Barbados, so I can't really do it. Although
You're
when he
talking
was
about
there,
back then.
although when he came here a few weeks ago, I gave him a nice surprise. Oh yeah, I gave him a nice surprise because he was here. He was there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he was there last month. Yeah.
so he was really appreciative of what I gave him.
Andre, he really has a resemblance of Tony. There's no doubt. Seriously, I was watching Tony, that last video that came out, and I was like, wow, genes, trust me. He has a resemblance. It's you there. You can see that's your son, but you can also see Tony in his face.
Well, as I say, runs in the family.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so enough of that small talk now. Let's get down to business. Anything you want to mention before we move on? Anything?
Well, I saw a family posted a photo of an Andrew Yard who is missing. He has dementia, and they're asking persons to look out for him. And, Andre, just yesterday we were talking about dementia. I mean, the memory and so on. And so he obviously wandered away, and that's somewhere, the last he was seen was in cul-de-sac. So I have a number that I saw. It's 287-2282. If you see him or know anything, to contact this number, 287-2282. So we're hoping that everything works out.
Let's hope so.
In the past, we've heard persons missing, and of course they were found deceased.
Yes.
So let's just hope this one is a positive one.
And especially, with the person suffering with the dementia. I've often spoken about my grandfather. He suffered with dementia. And it's a strange thing. Because you don't want him to feel as though they're in a prison. So you allow a certain latitude, in the house. And sometimes now they leave the house because you're doing something, you're busy, and they just leave the house. And somebody will see them someplace and bring them home to you, kind of thing.
Hopefully, Andre, they bring them back.
Yeah. No, I'm speaking about my grandfather.
Yeah, but some people don't know that they are suffering from dementia, and they wouldn't know that they have strayed, So unfortunately, these people go far. Because, from what I even have read, they go back to the past. So they're talking about things that happened in their early life.
So in a nutshell, what did you say about dementia yesterday? In a nutshell?
They're talking about deficiency in protein and a couple of things that can happen, and that there is no cure for dementia. But we just have to take the necessary steps. We spoke about exercise. That's part of it as well, that one has to exercise. And of course, we as the caretakers need to be patient, and correct medication must be given, and they will get, and medication for the brain is important, and they basically asking us who have not reached that stage yet to prepare for it. So make sure we exercise, make sure we eat right, make sure we feed the brain, all the necessary things. And today,
like what?
Andre, I can't remember everything I said.
Give me one or two, just one or two things that you feed the brain.
Ginkgo.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Some of the medications I can't remember now because these medications.
That's okay. That's all right.
So that's a good one. Also, fruits, vegetables that we spoke about.
The usual.
They mention it.
The usual.
They mention it. The protein. And nuts. Right. That's important for the body. But it did stress on the exercise, which we talked about. It is important to exercise because, Andre, as you get older, we spoke about it, you lose your muscle mass if you don't exercise. And it's not even if you get older, no matter what age you are, if you don't exercise. And if you don't use weights, you're going to lose muscle mass in as little as a week, 2 weeks. So it's the same thing for the elderly, to have them to do a little bit of exercise with or without weights.
And consume good quality protein.
Right.
That's important.
Yes.
Yeah. So while the strength training is good, it strengthens the bones and so on, but eating good quality protein. Okay, so that would include things like the peas and the beans.
Yes.
You have the fish.
Fish.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes, they spoke about that.
Yeah, you
and
have, of course chicken and those kinds of things.
Yeah.
But the best of all
is the fish.
Those fatty fish. Can't go wrong, boy. Can't go wrong. Yes.
Yeah. And today we're going to talk about the caregivers, but they also spoke about the fact that we have to be patient with those people because they don't know a lot of the things that they are saying because the memory goes like that. And the early stages, of course, is repetition. When you're repeating the same thing, that you are on your way or you already have dementia.
Yeah, boy, it's a terrible place to be.
It is. I was reading it
let's
yesterday.
say dementia slash Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's, yeah.
I mean, my God. I mean, that's a terrible place. Like the deep hole, as Russell used to say, the deep hole of Calcutta. You totally cut off from in a sense, from reality. Especially, you don't even recognize your family members.
Family.
And that's a terrible place to be.
Yeah.
And there's the Parkinson's. Jesse Jackson had that.
Yeah.
There's so many of them. These degenerative diseases, right? You have you have a great boxer like Muhammad Ali. And to see him now, it's interesting. He was fighting Leon Spinks, right? He was fighting Leon Spinks. I think that was the last fight that he had. And funny now, in retrospect, you look at the fight and you realize what was really, really going on. Muhammad Ali came into the ring. Okay, now as I said, in hindsight, right, that you can see, or you can really understand what he was going through at the time. So he enters the ring, and you could see like he's spaced out. Now at the time you're not even thinking about anything like that, because you don't even know that the guy is not well. So he comes in there with Leon Spinks, and as I said, he looks spaced out. He's a little overweight. You could see he's not his usual self. And so they start the fight. And let me tell you, Leon Spinks, I don't know, maybe he wanted to be the one to take down Muhammad Ali. Yeah, maybe he felt this is my chance to take down one of the greatest fighters, because he was a lot younger, and made put a kind of licks on Muhammad Ali. A kind of licks. I was saying to myself, but wait a second, even if you competition and you're a boxer, you want to win, what's the respect? To me, you're supposed to have a certain level of respect for Muhammad Ali, because he wasn't really fighting back.
Oh, okay, because I was just saying, what you mean by...
He was just blocking, he was just trying to dodge the blows and so on.
So why do you think he wanted to fight that time? If his time was over, why you think he wanted to fight?
Well, most of us, we don't want to accept the fact that our days are days are gone.
People wanted him to do that? I can't.
No, I think maybe it's him. It's him. He's the one. I'm sure he has the last say. I want to do this and for. But remember, George Foreman came back. Foreman came back, I think, at age 40 something, somewhere around there, and he was winning a few fights. Yeah. Right, but after a while, he started getting some good blows. You understand? Because it comes a time. It's just your time is gone.
You're just not
these
as
young
quick.
people.
You're just not as agile as.
Yeah, man. This guy put a kind of licks on Muhammad Ali. I said, what? And then Muhammad Ali didn't go down. Yeah, he didn't go down. But as I said, I'm looking at the fight now. I'm saying, oh, so that's what it was. Like
you think that's what he had?
The early signs. Yeah, the early signs of the Parkinson's, they're already there. Yeah. So you look at Jesse Jackson. I saw some pictures of him when he was a much younger person. And you could see the healthy body, face, everything. And then, you have somebody who is suffering with some kind of ailment, and they look totally different. Yeah. Yeah, totally different. You saw somebody else that's there. Yeah, that's really something else, Lady J, about life.
And that's why some of us don't want to live that long. Some of us want to go as we look in our early, maybe before we're 50. But I just think that is too young to leave the earth. I personally believe that.
What age you said? What age?
I said 50. You still look yourself, so to speak, in the features. And then when you start getting into your 60s and your 70s, you see the difference, the skin and so on. And I think most of us would like to live through our 80s, and others want to go 90s, like yourself. You want to hit 100. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I hope I make it.
It's scary, Andre. It's scary.
I think right now, the statistics show in St. Lucia, I think men live basically about 70 plus, somewhere around there. Women live a lot longer than men in St. Lucia.
And it's strange because we do so much, especially in the home.
well, work doesn't really kill you per se. It's stress.
Yeah, work can stress you out, Andre. Of course, it's part of the stress. Work, family life, work life, all these things combined can be stressful.
Yeah, I guess maybe if you're doing something that you really hate, maybe I guess that can be stressful. Okay. I guess so. Okay. I guess so.
Okay, but just having too many children to take care of is a stress too, Andre.
But I think in the case of men, right, is we are the risk takers. We abuse our bodies a lot. We don't I want to show any signs of weakness. We think that we have to show up for everybody and be a tower of strength. We don't cry. We don't cry. We don't cry. Yeah, we don't show any. That's just the way we think we are supposed to be. And I think that adds a lot of stress. And you couple that now with the drinking, the smoking, and all the other vices.
Late night too.
Late nights,
people who party a lot.
Yeah, we're not sleeping enough.
Stress on people.
Enough sleep and so on. Right. So all these things combine really, but women tend to be a little more reserved when it comes to those kinds of things. Yes, it's true. Women do drink. It does happen, but nothing compared to guys. The way we imbibe, man, it's something else. Most times when I go out, I see the ladies. I see what they drink. They usually a beer or something, and that's about it. But fellas drinking hard liquor.
Yeah. Not me. Water for me.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. Just water. Like I said, and I said it before, and I said it right here on Harddrive. What do you get out of drinking? Next morning you have a hangover.
Yeah. There's an element to it, you know. It gives you this nice feeling. Yeah, there's a nice vibe to it.
What? A sexual vibe?
No.
What kind of vibe?
No, it makes you feel nice. Seriously.
What kind of nice?
Now, I'm not talking about
a nice that
I'm
you're
not talking about being drunk, you know. I'm talking about a feeling that you enjoy. Yeah, it's a space where you enjoy the feeling. I cannot explain it.
So why can't you just do it at home instead of going out and then drinking?
Well, guys do it at home and they do it out as well.
Drinking, and people have to see that you are drunk.
Double portion. Now, I'm not talking about getting drunk. I'm just talking about you take one,
tipsy,
two,
you're talking about.
Yeah, 1, 2 drinks.
Tipsy.
1, 2, 3. You get it. You feel nice. There's something about it that just makes you feel nice. I think people like that feeling.
Andrew, I'll tell you about an experience I had, and I think maybe all of that guided me too. When I first started going out, my first brother would take us out, my sister, myself, the 2 last girls. And I remember ordering, and that's something I don't order after that, orange juice. And my other girlfriend ordered orange juice and, was it Campari? Yes.
Yeah.
And they mixed the drinks.
Yes.
I had no idea. And Andre, you have orange juice, so you're not going to sip as something that I had to learn to at the age of 18, 19. Sip your drinks first before. Andre, I wasn't tipsy. I was gone. Good thing my brother was there. Nobody knew what was wrong. My head started to hurt and all of that. And then I think it was my brother that said, "What did you order? What did you have?" And then they realized and I remember my girlfriend said, "No wonder I wasn't tasting the thing," but she didn't say anything. She drank hers. You know, and I was thinking that orange juice tasting a little dry, it's not sweet enough. I had no idea. Because again, I wasn't drinking, so I didn't know the difference. But then I should have known how an orange juice tastes, you know? Anyway, that guided me, and I always told myself if I'm going to drink something, it has to be something straight, like maybe a glass of wine. And yes, I would, but then over the years, I just figured out it's not worth it, and I just drink water. You know,
I'll be honest, for the first time, I think I'll say this on the air. I think I got drunk once. Yeah, I was drunk. But let me tell you exactly how it happened. I was at Jean, our friend Jean, and I know she's listening. Jean had a party.
Oh, okay.
I think it was a birthday party. I believe either her birthday party or her husband's birthday party. I don't recall. So I sat there, and I was there with Tony, right? My beloved brother. So he was there. You know, the 2 of us, boy, I tell you, this is something, a lot of history. Anyway, so he was there. And Jean had this wine that tasted really nice. That is nice, sweetish taste, you know. So I sat there, and I just kept drinking this thing. I just kept drinking this thing. I had more and I had more because this thing was tasting so good, right? I don't know where she got that from. Maybe Martik or somewhere. I don't remember. Jeannie, you'll probably have to
remember the name. Jean,
yeah, she may probably remember. So I had the entire bottle. I'm serious. I had the entire bottle. It was just this, and I didn't feel I was getting drunk or anything. So anyway, maybe after a couple of hours inside there, I was sitting. I remember, I felt I couldn't stand. Right? So I said to Tony, you know, I think I'm drunk.
At least you told him.
I think I'm drunk. So I said to him, take the keys and drive me home, because I knew the way I was feeling that. Listen, Tony had to hold me. I remember that. And then I went it was my vehicle, and he was driving it. Brought me home. The lady at the time that I was dating, right?
She was there as well?
No, I think she came to my house a little later or something, because I think Tony called her. Tony called her. And she came. Well, that's what I remember.
Oh, that's
After
what Tony told you.
I didn't remember anything. I remember anything. Yeah. And she told me she had to remove my clothes, take out this, take out that.
See, that's exactly why for a woman it is not good.
God
because
knows.
You never know what could happen.
God knows what
she could have taken advantage of
that's
you.
What I tell you.
No problem.
At that time, I didn't remember anything. I said, I did that. She said me, yeah, you did this. I said, I did that.
And then you had to ask her, what did you do to me?
I didn't ask her that. But I said,
you were just feeling good, so you didn't care what she did.
I said, never me again, boy. What?
Of course, Andre, there comes a time when you have to tell yourself, it's not worth it. You know?
Yeah, because the hangover.
But Andre, I have to ask a question. God. You mean tell me you go at the people home, they're serving wine, and you drink the whole bottle. What about other persons?
Well, there was more than one.
So, I mean, you just taking on one bottle.
Yeah, one bottle, because there's more than one there. So, I mean, I just started drinking this thing because it tasted really nice. So, Jean, maybe you can tell me exactly what it was. I can probably order it.
Be careful this time. One sip and one glass a night, not the whole bottle a night.
Really nice. There's some white wine, the same thing. And I remember there's a lady who was around me at the time, and she bought me this particular bottle of white wine, and that tasted really nice. Now, I've never remembered exactly what it was called. Never remembered. I go to Marcy, they're hoping I can see the bottle or something. Oh, wow. Tasted really, really nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's my little thingy. So now let's get into other more important stuff. Okay. I don't know, boy. I think one of these days I'll just start a rumor just for fun.
Yeah,
just start a rumor just to see if it's going to get any traction.
It will. Trust me.
So the Prime Minister had to come now to explain to the public that there are no plans. So that's what the Prime Minister is saying. I have no reason to doubt him, that there are no plans to replace the sitting Police Commissioner Von Guard with another senior officer, right, who was investigated for sexual misconduct. Now, somebody put that out there in the public domain.
And that has reached all in the U.S. Yes, Andre, that's why I heard it first. From the U.S., my friends. And I was like, I haven't heard that, and I live in St. Lucia.
Yeah.
So obviously they got it online.
And I'm saying, okay, let's just assume that there are plans to do that. What's the big deal? People come, people go, people have appointments, and people get replaced. Right? What's the big deal?
I think it's because of what he's being accused of. So they figure out they're going to plaster that, Right. But here's
the kicker. That's the sitting police commissioner has made it clear that there were no charges. There was nothing untoward in terms of the gentleman's behavior for them to charge the man for anything. There's nothing. So it's either we accept what the commissioner says, or we do not accept it. And if we do not accept it now, we have to, if you're going to make an accusation like that, you must come with the evidence. Don't just say that.
Agreed.
You say, okay, well, here's what I know, and look, here's the evidence. But to go and start a roro over this thing there.
And it's working, just Andre. Like that. It's working. It's walking. It's got wheels.
Let me ask you something. How should we, because I'm sure people are probably saying to themselves right now, well, of course, the guy thing, they don't believe Von Guard, they don't believe the findings, this sort of thing. So let me ask you a question. When the courts deem somebody to be innocent, or the courts deem somebody to be guilty, aren't we supposed to be guided by that? I'm not saying that maybe the courts didn't get it right. I'm not saying no. But shouldn't there be some level of respect for what the authorities say? And if you know better, then as I said, you produce evidence and say, hey, we have evidence to the contrary. But because you don't accept what the authorities say, do you now have to keep holding on to this thing and keep making an issue of it, right, when there's probably no issue? And I remember I said something to you a few days ago, Lady J. I was saying this is a small country, okay? And this thing about trying to ruin people's reputation, we need to watch that. We really need to. And this is something that even the politicians themselves, they do with this thing that they have in the house where you can say anything, right? And you cannot be sued for it and this sort of thing. You have politicians say, well, say it outside. You know, I'm saying all these little things, to me, that should be stopped. To me, there's no need, and the law should change if that's what it is, that, you know, you're only allowed to say what is truth, okay? Because St. Lucia is a small country, and once you start saying those things, people start to believe it.
So, Andre, when you say only say what is truth, let's take it from the back, from the end to the back, to the front. When you say what is truth, how does one know what is truth? Because one believes that Andre told me something, so it's truthful. Let's just put that as a start. So I'm asking the question, how does one know that it's truth?
Well, number one, you are supposed to know whether you're telling a lie. And if you call yourself honorable, you are supposed to act honorably. That's the first thing. I'm not saying that because they are honorable, that means that they do not lie. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you are supposed to act in an honorable fashion. That's number one. And if you make a statement and you have the person who is there listening to you and they say to you, say it outside. Okay? That means there's something wrong there. Because
say it outside would mean that it's the truth?
No.
Or if you say it outside, it means that I'll get you?
Well, the question is, will you say it? So go say it then. Go say it. But they don't say it.
And then can put you in court for saying it.
So they don't say it. I don't know of anyone, unless of course you can tell me, where they said something in the house. They call it parliamentary privilege, where you said something in the house and you got a threat from the person that you're alleging these things against, and for that person to come out now and make the statement again, right, in public. I don't know if there's any situation like that you may be aware of.
I'm not
sure.
aware, but
maybe it has happened.
But Andre, once it is said in Parliament, remember Parliament is live. So even if the person says, say it outside, reporters, everybody listening, so bam, it can go on Facebook and spread. It's been said.
Well, if you do that, you can be in problems.
That's the other case. So going back to the chief of police and the other member, I believe that if the news, or whether it's the Prime Minister or the chief of police, have come out and said, innocent, we haven't found anything being said that he's done, I think it should end there. But at the same token, I think if it's coming from the family who has accused him, chances are it's not going to stop if they don't think that they've gotten justice.
Well, what we heard was that some person, some individual who obviously has a platform, I think they call the person a political activist, right?
I'm sure I know
this
who that
person
is.
suggested that the Prime Minister was making moves to replace the sitting police commissioner with another senior officer who was investigated for sexual misconduct. So this political activist is the one that started this thing, apparently. However, the commissioner, and I remember reading that story, the commissioner said that the investigation was complete and that the senior officer would not be prosecuted. So I'm saying if...
but there's something missing there. It says will not be prosecuted. Does that mean he did?
Well, no. So I asked you the question earlier. What are we supposed to do? If the authorities say XXX, should we accept it or just not accept it and make those kinds of statements?
Well, I would... It depends on how you're going to rewrite this, like whoever wrote it on Facebook or wherever that has reached all over. I would write exactly what he says and let the people comment.
They said that this political activist, is saying that the Prime Minister is looking to replace the current police commissioner, to replace the commissioner with somebody who was investigated for sexual misconduct.
Right.
That's the rumor out there.
Yes.
Okay, nothing has gained a lot of traction.
It has. Because like I said, I never heard it here. I heard it from my friends in the U.S.
So the question I'm asking, if the authorities say, okay, we investigated and there's nothing, we cannot proceed with this thing anymore. There's nothing for us to, because we have no information, no evidence that would support those claims that were made. I'm saying, shouldn't we accept it or continue doing like what this activist is doing?
No, I don't think so. But it depends on when.
What don't you think?
I don't think that she should be, or he should be, going further into damaging people's career, life, family, because you talk about one person and then you have to say, oh, that's his wife, that's his mother, that's his father, and everybody gets involved in the negativity. So I'm totally against that. However, it would be if the person believes that there is some truth to it, and that is why he or she is going around writing it, or if that person is just that sort of person. I can get news whether it is truthful or not, because I know I can get traction. And so I go ahead and give news, true or not, which a lot of people have been talking about that as well.
It'll be good to ask this political activist, well, how,
where do you come up with these?
Yeah, what evidence do you have that the person really did what it is alleged what is alleged that they had done? Yeah.
But also, with all of this happening, I do believe that, the Prime Minister, you said, came out and spoke. I think the Chief of Police need to come out and speak right now. Because I don't remember him saying that in the open. I don't know if you have.
Saying what in the open?
That we have done our injustice.
Yes, I don't know. They're the only ones who can answer that question. I don't know as to why they would start something like that. But I'm just saying, I thought this was over. I really thought this was over. And the police commissioner made it clear, right? So it's either we believe that we have people who are people of integrity, or we don't. Right?
Or people just want to damage. People just want to damage, and if they feel they can damage the present government, and that's the direction they go. We have to be very careful when we talk about our country, because they think they're talking about an individual, but they're talking about the country. Really.
Lady J, when the police commissioner came out and said they find there's nothing to prosecute, whoever those people are should have challenged that right away. Challenge it right away. Mr. Commissioner, we do not believe what you're saying. These are the facts, etc., etc. But I thought this thing was dead. It was over. That's what I thought.
Well, sometimes those activists don't attend the meetings. They just sit back and write on the social media pages, and they have their own followers who believe them instead of doing a fact check.
Okay.
And that's important to follow and check for yourself.
All right. Well, let's see what happens if this is going to continue. Whoever the person is, that they will continue making the comments and so on, and let's see how far that goes. But as with everything else, I think maybe it'll just come to a natural death. Maybe. Okay.
After it has done lots of damage, Andre. So don't say natural death, because it's already traveling. It has traveled out of St. Lucia. It's all over.
I'm glad you're saying that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're saying that.
So we've got to be careful.
Because that's what I was saying to you about the pick of the young lady just a few days ago. Right? These things go all over the place. What does it serve? Right? You don't mind if the person has been found guilty of something. They've been charged. It doesn't mean that the person is guilty of anything. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm just saying, let's look at the facts. Let's wait, okay? Anyway, so now the government is pushing this healthcare, right? Universal healthcare, right? Of course, for every citizen. This has a big question mark behind it, because I do not understand. They're going to have to explain. The same thing with the opposition last year when they were criticized. Well, they got a lot of flack from the incumbents saying this plan that they have to provide universal health care to everyone, it's not going to work. So I'm still curious to know how this is going to work, because I know, with a little limited knowledge that I have, that insurance companies, right, if they know you are a certain age, you consider to be a high risk. Okay? Somebody who's maybe in their 70s, don't talk about 80s and 90s. It's almost impossible for you to get health insurance, because they know that you could be a very serious liability. Even the NIC, for example, at a certain age, right, they don't pay those bills for you anymore. That's it. You're on your own. You're supposed to getting your pension at age 65. You're on your own, because it's very, very expensive if they have to now deal with a whole bunch of hundreds of or thousands of people now who are falling ill, and the insurance companies now would be under a legal obligation to take care of those people. So I'm really curious to know, right, if the opposition at that time, well, they're still in the government. I'm sorry, the incumbent, I meant to say. They were criticizing the opposition's plans for the same universal health coverage, right? And they said it couldn't work. I want to know exactly how they plan to make that work. How are you going to have a whole bunch of old people under normal circumstances? An insurance company would not accept them. I remember a few years ago, Lady J, my insurance company wrote me a letter and telling me I have to now go and have a checkup. Yeah, I have to go and have a checkup.
Yeah.
Because remember, I was entering my 60s and so on at that time, just about that time. I had to go back and check because they're not going to take a risk with me. You understand? Of course, I went. There were 1-2 little issues as anything else, but nothing that I couldn't
get regulated.
Yeah, exactly, which I did. A couple little things as anything else, but for the most part, I was all right.
Healthy.
So I'm still there. Funny, they haven't asked me to come and check again. I don't know.
I think isn't it yearly? I think it's yearly or whenever. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do
So
when you
I
get to
don't
a
know
certain age.
how are they going to do that. How are you going to tell me you provided health care for everybody? I don't know about that one, boy.
Well, Andre, it depends on how much healthcare. Are they saying 100% or are they saying partial healthcare? Because it means that when we go to maybe the polyclinic or the hospital, we no longer pay. Remember, it's $20 at the polyclinic. A certain age, you're not paying. But I remember bringing my mom there, and she was already 90 and she was paying. Now she's 93, and I brought her there last month, and they didn't accept the $20.
Okay.
But I was ready to pay it because I didn't know. So, okay, that's a start. But in terms of the medication, maybe they're saying that certain medication you can get it for free. I don't know, Andre. We'll have to get the rest of the information. But I know you can get medication from the different polyclinics and the hospitals, but I don't know if it's totally free. I remember Erin mentioned something some time ago that she got hers free at I think it was Betty Wells, I'm not too sure. So maybe she can chime in on that, so when we get to follow up on the messages, we can get an answer to that, or somebody can chime in on that, or at least send us a message on 2870971, Andre, because we have the platform. I think other people want to know as well.
Well, I think we can safely say that there will not be certain medications, right, available at the pharmacy, at the hospital. They will just not be available. You understand? As anything else, you don't have to go and purchase those things.
Yeah, that would be just too much. I mean, some medication really, really expensive. So
I'm looking forward to
it's a start. Yeah.
If they have a way of making it work, well, bravo.
And to see what age, Andre. We need to see what age. Are they really going to take it from 60, 65, 75, or 80?
And is there a limit? Is there a limit? At some point, if you're 90 years old, you cannot qualify. I don't know. Again, they have to explain. So, but there's something interesting that came up in the news this morning. The system, the prison, the Border Correctional Facility, the inmates now are going to be a lot safer. When I say safer, a lot more relaxed where healthcare is concerned, because the ministry now is going to set up a healthcare unit within the Border Correctional Facility for inmates and staff. I think that's a great idea.
That's very good.
That's what they call thinking outside the box.
So they're going to put it at the prisons itself?
Yes.
So that would be a new wing?
Well, I don't know if it's going to be a wing, but they're going to have the healthcare providers that's stationed somewhere in there. I don't know exactly who those providers will be, but once somebody is ill, you don't have to take a vehicle and drive them to Vieux Fort or maybe to Castries. Okay, you have the people who are right, unless of course I guess some extreme emergency, then that's something else.
And they're human beings as well, Andre.
Yeah, and also the staff that are there. Hey, so listen, the staff at Border 85, we're like going to have a blood pressure check as often as possible.
Hold on. They said it's also for the staff?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a cool thing. Very nice. I mean, imagine you have inmates getting that privilege, and you are staff members, you can't get it.
Well,
yeah, man. So that's a good thing. All right, that's going to save money, save time, and so on. So bravo! I don't know who came up with that idea.
Ministry.
And talking about that, I remember when COVID hit and they changed the Victoria Hospital to a
the COVID hospital,
the center, whatever it was called at that time. There, I would just be curious to know.
I don't think it had a name. They were just using it for the COVID people. No,
but remember, it was referred to as something.
Betty Wells, I know after, but not then. Anyway,
no. What I'm saying, they were using it as. I mean, that's been a while now. I don't remember exactly what it was called at the time. They were using it for that purpose. You go there, you get checked and this sort of thing. And if you're sick, you stay there. So anyway, so I was saying, I would really love to know the person who came up with that idea. at that time there when COVID was really hitting, and to have made the decision to change it from what it was, the purpose at that time, into that facility where if you have COVID or whatever, you'll be taken in and this sort of thing. I think that was just a great idea. Well,
they had to make a swift decision. So I guess whoever it was, Chasney in at the time.
Yes,
so his team, yes, because they had to think of something. Where would these people be? Remember, they closed off the hotel. What was it? The hotel in Raintree, next to where you play. They closed that off for a while.
These are just great ideas. Even when the fire at the old St. Jude Hospital, right? To have thought of using the stadium as a temporary hospital. I mean, these are people who, honestly, that's thinking outside the box.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
Yeah.
To find a solution, albeit a temporary one. These are great ideas. So whoever those people are, I guess maybe they're the what they call unsung heroes. I guess you'll never know whose idea that really was.
Somebody might just say.
Somebody, if you're chiming in. Don't forget our WhatsApp number is 2870971. We'll have your comments and stuff a little bit. So it's 2870971. And this morning when Lady J walked in, she said to me, we need to remind our listeners. I think I was just assuming that they know the number already.
Yeah, sometimes you never know if we get a new person.
You're right. You're absolutely correct. So the WhatsApp is 2870971. Now,
because they're sharing the page, so it's important to give the number as well.
Interesting story coming from Jamaica. Very, very, very interesting. A guy was caught, with, listen to this, and these are illegal, a .38 revolver, along with 2.38 cartridges. Those were hidden in the ceiling of his home. These were illegal.
That's funny.
Illegal. So he was charged, he was arrested and charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. So, he was found guilty as charged. Well, the judge didn't play with him. You know what he got?
What?
I want to repeat what he did. He had a .38 revolver. This is an illegal firearm, along with 2.38 cartridges hidden in the ceiling of his home. So he was arrested and charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition. He was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison.
What? That gun must have done something, or they were after him.
It's the law. The law.
In Jamaica?
The law. It's what the law says. So that's why I was saying, right?
Wow.
I know we have some stiff penalties here in St. Lucia for that as well. We really, really do. You'd figure now, that should scare some people, right?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Because the guy was sentenced to life in prison. And there's a caveat. So he'll be eligible for parole after 15 years. And he received for the ammunition, he got 19 years and 9 months. Okay? For him to qualify for so he's have to serve the 19 years. However, the sentences will run concurrently. It's not consecutive.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So whichever sentence that's lesser, that's what he'll serve.
Andre, I have a question. Obviously, they were after this person. How did they know to check the ceiling?
Well, they got information.
Exactly.
Yeah, they got information.
Someone was after him, or someone knew something.
Nonetheless.
Maybe he told somebody. That's his business.
But no, Lady J, let's talk about the message that's supposed to send
definitely
to other people
but
who
they're
are
not gonna
messing
hear that.
around with
still going to
illegal firearms.
They're still going to steal. They're still going to purchase. They're still going to hide. They're still going to use. It's not going to stop it, even if.
Do you think the sentence of life in prison for illegal firearm and ammunition is excessive?
It depends. It depends on the country.
No. In general.
Wait, a country like Jamaica? Andre, yes.
So St. Lucia now?
St. Lucia, I think it's tight, Andre, but, it's what that gun could do or what that gun has done. So I would say maybe not life, but give them something that is worth making people understand that you need not to have these guns. So probably 40 years minimum, that sort of thing. But life, Andre, that's kind of tough. That's kind of tough unless you know more than you are saying.
And imagine they found him with one.
Yeah.
One illegal firearm.
One.
Imagine that. So the judge came down
And
really,
that
really
32
hard.
must be a little thing, right?
Yeah.
And-
The judge came down really, really hard on this guy. Really hard.
But as you say, if that's what it is, it's just like in Asia, in Singapore, graffiti, you can't go writing anywhere in
What's the penalty?
Singapore.
What's the penalty for that?
You get beat, you get it, flogged.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In Singapore, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You get it.
Singapore is what, Muslim? No?
Not necessarily.
No?
More Malaysia is Muslim.
Oh,
Malaysia
okay,
is Muslim.
okay.
Yeah. But in Singapore, it's clean, Andre. You'll see signs that says no spitting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not allowed to spit. You're not allowed to write. You're not allowed to drop your chewing gum on the floor. I've passed places that was dirty. Yes, but especially behind businesses, the garbage. But generally, when you're walking in the town, in the city, it is clean. And people understand that. I remember the American who came and he was going to school in Singapore. That's way back in 91, 2, somewhere there. He was followed two other Singaporeans, and wrote. It was a whole wall. Graffiti on the wall. Oh yeah, he got it. He had to get it on his butt, wherever. And his parents were upset. The people of America were upset. But that is the rule. That is the law.
I remember that.
Hey,
I remember
come
that
on.
story.
Yeah, that's the law. Take it like
I
the
remember that
others took it.
story. Yeah, I think was it the president at the time in the U.S. was trying to appeal and
Appeal,
When
what?
I
He had
say
to get
appeal,
it.
when I say appealing to their their conscience and so on to chill. Don't do that.
I don't know about him, but I know the parents were. Andre, he had to get it.
They ignored him.
Yes, and then of course they took their child and took him out of Singapore school and whatever, took him back to his. Picture was slashed all over the news. But like you say, that's what it is, and that's what it is. Don't follow them,
And we wonder why these countries are doing so well.
Because people.
It has a lot to do with the discipline.
And respect, Andre. Respect. It starts from the school. Just like in Asia, especially Malaysia. How did they say it? Dada means death. Dada is drugs. I can't remember the. Bahasa to complete it. Iala Bahasa. I can't remember. But Andre, if you're caught with drugs, expect to remain in jail and expect to one day be, as we say, killed, because it means that you have done something in the country illegal or brought in something in the country illegal. So as soon as you enter, you see where you see welcome, next to it is also telling you about that. Dada means death. It's already telling you that. And people are still taking chances.
And imagine if they didn't have these stringent laws. Look at in Aceh, in that province there in Indonesia, where if you caught having premarital sex, 140 lashes for you.
Oh, no, that's brutal. But Andre,
I wonder,
that's what it is.
does that stop it? Does that stop people from taking these risks? So time will tell. Let's see what happens there in Jamaica with that particular story. Now, before we get into the shout-outs, just a final thing. Hugh Hefner, the Playboy founder, apparently, because it's no secret, those of you who don't even know who Hugh Hefner was, if you never heard of him, back in the day when we were young fellas, Playboy was it. It wasn't anything bad.
And you used to be one of those that hid under your bed?
Of course, yeah. I didn't know, I didn't have the magazine, but somebody say, a partner of yours would have the magazine. And I remember my best friend at the time there, Lincoln, yeah, from La Clery. Yeah, of course, we used to go behind a chair and watch this thing.
I thought you were saying a tree.
No, but it wasn't anything. But you know what I mean? When you look at Playboy, it was just a pic of maybe see his breast or something like that. It's not like
but
now. Today is on a totally different level.
You get the spread.
Yeah, and even at that time there, we were impressed with what we were seeing as young fellas.
Andrew say impressed. Okay,
we were young fellas, right? So that was Hugh Hefner back in the day. But Hugh Hefner, boy, everybody knew he was the ladies' man, right? He was surrounded by many, many women. And that was just his lifestyle. And I guess in America, I guess he had his right. He didn't cross certain lines and so on. Anyway, so sorry, Hugh Hefner lived to be a pretty old guy, you know. I think he died aged 91. Yeah, and when he died, he had a fortune of $43 million. Not bad. Not
good.
bad for that kind of lifestyle. You figure as though
He wouldn't have any left. So many women.
So many women, and when he was 86, he got married to a 26-year-old lady. Okay, so because you know he's rich, and plus he was looking all right. You understand? And funny, you know, just yesterday I was reading the Bible, and I came across Abraham. Right after Abraham's wife Sarah died, he got married to another lady called Keturah, and he got married to that lady at age 140.
140?
140.
And he lived to?
He lived to be 175. But hear that.
Andrew, is that for real?
Well, okay, that's just what the Bible says.
Okay.
Right, okay, so I'm just repeating what it says. So when he got married age 140 to this young lady, it was a much younger person, Keturah, he fathered, I think, six sons at that age. Yeah, six sons.
That's kind of unbelievable. But
I really wonder, when you think about those people like Jacob, who had a family was huge, large, right? And Abraham, and so I think Isaac had one son, one or two, I believe he had. I wonder if these people have descendants. If they're around today, I wonder.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, I wonder if these people have descendants, you know, that who are still around today. I really wonder about that. Nonetheless, that's not where I was going. So Hugh Hefner now, apparently, you know, doing certain things, and he took certain pics with certain people, and he had sex with certain people as well,
Yeah,
including underage girls. Now, I
Yeah.
don't even know why the wife is coming out now, because apparently the foundation that he founded, they have access to those pics, and she's saying, I want to take them now, I want to get the pictures from them, because she said she heard that these things are at people's residences and so on, and they don't want it out there because they're obviously young ladies. So I found it a little strange, because I read the story, I said, but why would they even come to me? I just keep quiet, because if you have to talk about underage, and she was, I know she was part of that whole thing, almost like the Epstein situation, right? I said, but isn't that shooting yourself in the foot?
That's what I'm thinking, Andre.
Yeah, because why would you come and say something
You
like that?
should know about him. You know what he stands for. Everybody knew. I'm in the Caribbean, and I knew what he stood for. So
Exactly.
you in his country, you know exactly what it's all about. You went to marry a man that is what, old enough to be your great-great-great-grandfather?
Yeah, something like
86 and 26? I mean, come on. What you wanted. That's if the man could even have sex with you. It was probably more about cuddling.
Well, the reason I spoke about, the reason I mentioned Abraham is to make the point that Hugh Hefner was probably in a position where he could satisfy his wife.
I realized you were saying that, but and that's why I said, Andre, is that for real? That's why I said it, because I realized that's where you were going with it. But Andre, in this day and age, of course he can get pills, etc. So we leave that there.
I even forgot
but
about that. Thanks for reminding me.
There you go. But so we leave that there. But can you imagine a man 80-something years old, Andre? I mean, you're going to hold the banana in your hand, but the banana is going to flop.
So, wait a second. How you know that, Lady J?
Andre,
how you
come
know
on.
that, Lady J?
You talk. You're the
How
man.
know
You
that?
talk.
How you know that? How you know
That's
that?
daytime. That's daytime. We close. We got to put that show at 6 or 7 in the evening.
I wish Tony was there.
Tony would have picked me up.
I wish Tony was there.
Where would he sit? Here or there?
Maybe right there.
Tony, you better talk.
Yeah, I will get Tony's take on that one. Wow. So guys, you hear what Lady J is saying? If we're around 86, just back it up.
No, I said there are pills, etc. Remember, I said that. But I'm saying, generally, isn't that at that age where probably over 50% of these
guys,
guys, men, like I said, come up forward a split second.
I don't know.
Well, Andre, when you get to 86, if I'm still alive and you're still alive, maybe you can bring that up. Who knows? I don't know. Somebody will have to chime in on that. But you know, when you read about health, that's the information you get.
So anyway, a side show to this whole scenario, folks. You know, I think we've spoken about this already. we heard about these royal families and so on, and we're thinking that we're on the outside looking in and think, wow, these people have it good. We look at these superstars and we figure these people have it good, right? We are so wrong about those things. We are so wrong. We've spoken about those things many, many times already. And here we go again, right? She wrote a book, right? That's the lady now who's concerned about those pics. Yeah, the wife. And by the way, that's
wife number 3.
Number 3, yeah? That was his last wife, okay? Before he died. So she wrote a book called Only Say Good Things, Surviving Playboy and Finding Myself. And she was saying that living at the mansion was emotionally abusive and traumatizing.
Please.
Yeah.
Why didn't you leave?
But remember again.
Most of them left.
Yeah.
Most of them left.
Yeah, she may have her reason. Well, listen, she inherited $43 million.
Americans, you know.
Right? So listen to that, folks. Life in the mansion wasn't the fairy tale I once hoped it would be.
Yeah, right.
From the outside, it had all the trappings of a fairy tale, but it wasn't.
That's why she wanted to enter.
It wasn't. So again, not all that glitters is gold.
Exactly.
Let's keep that in mind, folks.
Exactly.
You know, and I have been guilty of that already, boy. Sometimes I used to look and say, Miss, say, boy, them people really have it good, boy. Miss, say, all that, this and that they have, and that and that and that. You know, and you compare yourself to them and so on.
When there was no TV, Andre, and then the neighbor had a television, and then you would wonder, you know, and then before you get a television, before your mom and dad give you a television, they've got VCR.
Yes,
and then you
exactly.
wonder.
Yeah, that's true.
Andre, it's a waste of time.
That's
Believe
true.
me, it's
That's
a waste
true.
of time. I remember
over
that.
and over and over, we are seeing that. Hey, you know, on the outside it looks that way, right? You remember in the royal family in Britain, the young lady Meghan saying that the place is toxic. Toxic.
I believe that.
You see this, they left. Couldn't deal with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And of course you have the brother now and his wife. I guess they're sucking it up. They're able to deal with it.
Because he know for sure he's going to be king.
I guess so.
So a different mindset. You know?
Yeah. We heard about the royal family in Norway and all the issues that they're going through. It goes on and on and on. Right? So let me just tell you before we end. So how do we live our life in such a way now that we don't need to envy those people? How do we live our lives? What do we do so we can feel satisfied within ourselves and, hey, you know, life is good to me?
I think we have to do, like, I think you mentioned him, but it's not coming to me now, where you bring up your children in such a way, or in the way that you were brought up. And we're looking at the way you were brought up was that you had to work for everything. Because, Andre, when we give them everything from birth onwards, they don't know what it is to starve. They don't know what it is to not have money in their bags, in their purse. They don't know what that is, Andre. And we just have to teach our children the best values we can, but at the same time, you could teach them the values, but you taught them the values to always have, you know? So to teach them the right way, the right thing, which is you've got to work for everything. Daddy and mommy had to work for this, even if we are giving you a better home, better life, but you've got to work for it. And I think if people understand that, we will have a much better life.
All right. Okay, we're about to get into the shout-outs, but Jean responded. She said
she laughed?
It was her 40th birthday party. Okay, she says, LOL, I can't remember the name right now, but I'm sure it was a really nice wine.
Jean.
All right, Jean. Okay, so let's get into the shout-outs.
All right. Okay, so on Facebook, Sharon Peter, good morning to you. She says, happy hump day.
Oh, yes, it's Wednesday.
It's also Ash Wednesday, Andre.
Oh, yes, today's Ash Wednesday. Yeah. Good morning to Sharon. Yeah, thanks a lot for chiming in, as always.
Right. She also chimed in a second time and says, greetings to all.
So what's your take on Ash Wednesday? I guess what you don't believe in those things as well?
I wouldn't say I don't believe in it, but I don't make myself available. Like, you know, my mom brought us and she would bring us to get our ashes. Andre, I'm going to be honest, and I don't mean anything. I'm a Catholic, but I really did not like that as a child. You know, it's so good when you get a little older that you can say, Mom, I don't want to go. And they listen, or they give you one more year. You know, that sort of way. Andre, I don't know about you, but I didn't like it.
Okay. What didn't you like about it?
I didn't like the feel
Oh, okay.
on my face, and I didn't like the odor.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom was like, "You can't take it off." It stayed there for the whole day, I think.
Yeah.
And that went on for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Until I was able to say to, well, I don't think my dad was involved in that. I don't think I can't remember him. But my mom, and I don't know about my other sisters. I'm talking for myself, for my brothers. Andre, I'm being honest, I didn't like it.
Okay.
No,
All right.
I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But what about you? You go for
as
it?
a young boy, as anything else, I was an acolyte, so it's expected of you.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't understand the significance. I just didn't. And you just do it because you're expected to do it.
I think it's the penance, that, what has happened in the past. And, Easter, we're preparing for Easter, the 40 days, that sort of thing. I think, and then your parents want to tell you all about that, but you're wondering what they're telling you about that for, because these people were so long ago. And so why, so it's a lot. It's a lot of information for a child. But from the time I understood myself and I was able to say, "Mom, I don't want to go. I don't want it," she said it was okay.
Yeah,
and,
they said you became an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if I was already an adult, but I just know I stopped it as fast as I could stop it.
Okay.
But I do remember it. I can still feel it on my forehead.
Wow.
Yes, I can still feel it. When you don't like something, Andre, it's difficult for it to get away from your mind. It stays in the forefront,
Understood.
especially if the conversation comes back, like you just brought it up today. Sharon Peter says, "Lady J, bonjour." Sharon, bonjour. Pius Snappy says, "Good morning." Good morning, Pius. Edward Thom says, "Bless, good morning, REV-UP family, listening audience." Okay. And I'm getting stuck on it again. We hadn't heard from her for a while. Josiane. Yes, Josiane. We haven't heard from her for a while, Andre.
Oh yeah, Josie. Good morning to you, Josie.
Good morning, REV-UP family.
Up to yesterday,
and productive
I gave her
day.
a call. I gave her a shout out on her phone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good morning, Josiane, to all. And Barbara Xavier says, "Good morning to both of you. Have a blessed Ash Wednesday." Yes, Barbara. Are you going for your ashes? And Movin Shalry says, "Good morning, REV-UP. Greetings from cold Montreal." Oh, Movin. He's in Montreal, feeling the cold. Lucita says, "Good morning, Andre and lovely Lady J. Good morning to you. Midweek blessings.
Morning,
Ash Wednesday
Lucita.
for Catholics. Be safe."
Yes.
Lucita says, "Good morning, everyone on the live and Radio Garden. Share the link. I would like to wish my friend, brother Hercules, better known as Redman of St. Lucia, eat a cake and celebrate."
Today's his birthday?
So today must be his birthday because she left out the word. But okay, so Redman, happy birthday to you, Hercules.
Yeah, good morning to you, Redman. I know the gentleman. Happy
Okay.
birthday to you, sir. He lives down in Beaufort.
All right.
Yeah, happy birthday, partner. Hope all is well with you. I know he loves reggae music, boy. Yeah, he loves reggae music. Yeah, so Redman, happy birthday to you. I think he's called my show, What's on Your Mind? I think called once, I believe.
Okay. Happy birthday, Redman. So Elsa Hippolyte says, "Greetings to Andre and Lady J. Not forgetting Kina and all in the chat room. Have an awesome day." Well, good morning, Elsa.
Thank you.
And Jessie Mathura says, "Good morning, Andre and Kina. Happy Ash Wednesday." Andre, it's 3 weeks plus since there is no water in Bossejou, Grosley. That's really nonsense with Wasco. The only thing that's good, the only thing I think she wanted to say good at, is sending a bill for you and there is no water.
Yeah, this is a problem, boy. Again, the government is going to have to get involved. It may mean taking a loan, guaranteeing the loan for Wasco. We're not sure, but it can't continue like this because they keep making
3 weeks is a long time.
They tell you exactly what the problem is. It is what they call aging infrastructure. That means that whole, well, I shouldn't say the whole, but most of it now has to be replaced. It's going to cost a lot of money. So do they privatize Wasco? Definitely not, because if you privatize Wasco, a lot of people are going to get cut off. from that vital resource. So they will not go down. I don't think they're going to go down that road. So maybe, I think the Prime Minister mentioned maybe a private-public partnership sort of thing, arrangement, but something needs to be done about it. So we feel sorry for you in the Beausejour area there, because the water, I think in my area, Leclerc, after what 5 days, somewhere like that?
And that's okay, although it will be tight for people who don't have
to manage. But that's the problem is the aging infrastructure. This thing has been there since Noah was a boy. So, and now with the volume of water, especially feeding that north of the island there, coming from the dam, it can't handle it. The system cannot handle it.
I mean, and the rain is so infrequent now.
Yeah.
So
you remember what happened last week when they addressed one problem? Now, when they opened the pipe, another one ruptured. Another one, so they had to go and fix that other one. That's why it took so many days. Ah, man. So
she also says
we need somebody who's going to think outside the box to solve this problem.
She also says, why do I have to pay for a service I don't have? Wasco's slogan is water is life, but I think with Wasco, water is death. Oops. Not even air in the pipe. The pipe is a moo-moo now.
Yeah, boy.
That's frustration.
Yeah, some people in the north have not received the water as yet, and here you go. So my lady, or my gentleman, whoever it is that's chiming in,
I think it's a lady.
You did the right thing. Yeah, because
Jessie, we're not sure if that's a female or male. Jessie Mathre.
Okay, apply a little pressure on Wasco to remind them, hey, listen, you don't have water in that community. Yeah, so I agree.
Yeah, Madeline Alexander. Good morning, Madeline. She says, good morning, my beautiful people. Have a wonderful, blessed Wednesday.
You as well, Madeline. Always nice hearing from you. Hope all is well with you. Your health is good. Family's doing well. Alrighty? Good. Thanks for chiming in.
Christine Shalry says, blessed Wednesday to you both. Hi to Shah, listening.
In St. Croix.
In St. Croix, yeah.
All right, Shasha.
Okay. And Barbara Augustine says, good morning, my REV-UP family members. Missing my toenail on Harddrive. Toenail.
Yeah,
she means Tony. Okay.
Yeah. That was a little nickname that he had.
Okay.
A toenail.
Still. Have a great day, everyone.
You
All right,
as well.
Barbara.
You as well.
Yeah, we spoke about him so much today on today's show, actually. Erin Shalmine says, it's Wednesday. Who's loving you? Andre, who's loving you?
So she didn't say hump day. That's good. I like that. Yeah.
It's Wednesday. Who's loving you?
Who's loving you?
Erin, I hope you're loving me. Blessings to all in the chat room. Lady J and Andre.
Who's loving you? I think Michael Jackson sang that song, right? I think Michael Jackson sang that many, many months ago. Who's loving you? Yeah, it's a nice song. I don't think that's what Erin intended.
Yeah,
but it just reminded me of that song.
It's just inspiration.
Yeah.
And she also says,
let me check.
She says, you get a nice buzz, Andre. What was that about?
I get a nice buzz?
Uh-huh.
I don't understand.
And she laughed. Oh, maybe it was something we said early morning. Andre, you see you. That's from Shichub. So that was probably what we were talking about early morning. And maybe the wine that you drank.
Oh. So
So
you see the song there? Who's Loving You? Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice song, actually. Very nice.
That was what year?
Back in the day, boy. Back in the day. You see, there's a kid there.
Okay.
There's a kid there. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, we can hear it. We can hear it, Andre, just to be sure of, let me hear. Yeah. That's when he was the real Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Remember that?
I remember that one. Especially when he was holding that note. I remember. All right.
Who's loving you?
Yeah.
All right, Michael Jackson, Erin, that's who's loving you.
So Erin Shalmine also says a bottle of wine is 4 glasses, so one person can easily consume the whole bottle. Now,
who said that?
Erin likes wine, so you know she's going to be on your side.
All right, Erin, so you understand.
She's going to be on your side.
I like a lady who understands me.
All right, Erin. The sweetness of any alcohol drink will get to you because you don't feel drunk.
Yes, at all.
But it's a creeper.
Yes, a little trickster. A little trickster.
So Lucita says, Andre, in St. Lucia's, smoke will not come out without fire.
So you see, of course. But you know, there's a smoke that comes out, right? And the smoke is a lie.
True.
Yeah.
That's. I didn't think of that. Andre.
Exactly.
Some people. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's the same person, Lucita. She said some people in St. Lucia doing a lot of bad things in high places, and they are not held accountable for it. That is a fact, especially if it depends on who they are. Well, that's in every country.
Well, what did she say? Can you repeat what she just said there? There's a lot of people in high places, right? That's what she said, yeah?
Yeah.
There are lots of people in high places.
Some people in St. Lucia doing a lot of bad things in high places.
Right.
And they are not held accountable for it.
Hold that thought there. If you can just reread that and say, some people in low places are doing a lot of bad things and not held accountable for it, right?
Andre, you always have a clap back.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, because we tend to think it's just one group
one set, yeah.
doing the thing. Yeah,
and some people tend to always blame the government. Every time it's a negative, is the government. And they have to understand that we're not necessarily stuck with the government, but we, the ones, put the government there. So what's the use of always talking negatively about?
And you could talk negatively, and I'm not talking about my dear friend at all.
In general.
You can talk negatively, but make sure it's grounded in truth.
Yeah.
You understand? You can't just go by some rumor.
Like what we spoke about
earlier. It's one of the worst things to do. Okay? Anyway.
And drive that rumor continuously.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is a negative thing. All right, Sills is here. Hello,
Sills Rub. Okay, what did she say?
Hello, Andre and Lady J. Good morning. Today is Mr. Leslie Compton in the USA birthday.
Oh, really? Hey, Leslie, I didn't even know she was his birthday today. Happy birthday, my man.
She says she's wishing him God's grace, protection, blessings, love, guidance, and good health. Blessings always. Can you wish him happy birthday, please?
Let's do that right now.
Happy birthday to you, Leslie Compton, all the way in the US of A.
I'm going to send him a message right now.
Oh, you have
I have his number.
Okay,
great. I have his number.
Have a good one, Leslie.
Yeah,
celebrating your birthday with my son-in-law. He's celebrating today as well.
Oh, right. Exactly.
Alistair Kim Flora. Happy birthday again. I said it at the top of the show, so I'll say it again, just in case. But I know they said they would be listening today.
So since you're there with Silton, I think it's a good time to give her number for her rub.
Give a number.
I have a number here,
okay,
716-8018.
Nice.
716-8018. You can check Sil for your rub if you have the little limp and so on. You have the little arthritis and little pain here and there. Right, it's good to have those rubs around, man. You get a good break.
Sil, you need to come here because you'll get some sale here. My mom would love to try out one of your rubs, so please come to.
And imagine how we made it's an open invitation.
We've been saying that from January.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe she doesn't want to do it. I don't know.
She's getting enough sales, Andre.
Okay, so Silton's rub. You can call us 716-8018. 716-8018. Okay.
Josie says so many things the Prime Minister said, and he does something else. That's what she said. She said so many things the Prime Minister said, and he does something else. I don't know about that.
So many things the Prime Minister says,
and he does
something else. Well, Josie, you should tell us, Josie.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't know about that one. Madeline says, after they take your money, LOL. All right. So I don't know what that was. Was it the time when we were talking about the hospital? I'm not too sure what she's talking about there.
Nope.
Yeah. Shoes Chubb says, say it loud, my dear. So that's probably the same thing.
She Chubb.
Oh, she. Oh, yes. SHEE. And Josie comes back and say respiratory hospital. So she's
right, Josie. Thank you so much, my darling neighbor. Yes, yes, the respiratory.
No,
hospital.
that's not that same person. That's Josie.
Oh, another Josie.
Yeah,
I'm
Josie
sorry.
Ann,
Okay.
that's Josie.
Okay.
Stephen.
Okay, Josie
Yeah.
Stephen, thank you very much. Yeah, it was turned into a respiratory hospital. Thank you very much. So you remember that, Lady J?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was saying, whoever came up with that idea, that was a master idea at the time. Yeah.
Okay, so Erin says, all right, she says, visiting the doctor at Betty Wells is free. And the meds, once available, is free with your ID card.
Once available.
Yeah.
That's the caveat right there.
Yeah.
Once it's available.
Not sure if it's all meds cost. Not sure if it's all meds cost my nephew. Not sure if it's all meds cause my nephew paid $5 and he had a UK ID. So I guess if you're not St. Lucian, you have to pay
It's a small
something.
fee. Small fee.
Yeah.
If it's $5,
That's nothing.
wow.
Because the polyclinic to see the doctor is $20. What's it? Coleman. The first name is Eaglei. Igle. I don't know how
I'm not
to
sure about that
pronounce your
one.
first name, but we'll say Coleman. Maybe you can voice note us on the platform for your pronunciation, because we want to make sure we pronounce your name properly. Person says the only reason for an illegal firearm is to commit a crime. Totally agree. What are you doing if it's illegal? And why do you have it in your ceiling?
We just shouldn't have it. We just shouldn't have it. Anything to do with illegality, we should stay away from those things. Okay? And if we know the thing is illegal, let's have nothing to do with it, because once you're messing around, there's something about life, Lady J, I don't understand it. Like something just goes wrong. Something goes wrong when you're messing around with things that are not right. It'll work for a little while, but after a certain period, things just start to go all right.
Yeah, it's true.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
You ever see your mother tell you something and you keep doing it, and one day you get caught?
Or the same time she says you're not going to the party and you go. That might be the day you get drunk.
Exactly.
Somebody stabs you, blah, blah, blah. Listen. You've got to listen. Yeah. They've been there and they've done it. So if they talk to us, we have to learn to listen. Madeline says, respect starts at home, and you have to teach your children that from small, we parents have to practice that both home and outside. Yes. Agreed. Madeline also says, children do live what they learn. They do live what they learn. From home, when they come home with the bad manners they pick up from you there, you ask them to leave it out there. So I guess she's talking about school and so on. Some people do and say anything in front of their children. True. True. Arthur Charles, he says,
Today's the birthday of the fallen persons. No? Not today?
yeah. Good day, folks. Today, he didn't say it in those words. He's changed it. He's been listening to you, Andrew. He says, good day, folks. Today is the birthday of O'Brien Richards and teacher Augusta Fowell.
All right.
Yeah, so happy
What are those
birthday.
names again? O'Brien
Richards.
O'Brien Richards.
And
happy
Augusta
birthday.
Fowell.
Augusta Fowell.
Yeah,
happy birthday to both of you.
Yes.
Yeah, from Brother Arthur.
And Julian Leonard says, good morning, my REV-UP family.
That's my partner in Antigua.
Oh, Jessie came back and says, Jessie is a female. All right, Jessie.
All right, Jessie.
Thanks for reading my message.
You're welcome.
That's nice. You're welcome, Jessie. And then Erin says, good morning to Mama Shasha, Patricia Stephen, always listening on radio. Okay, nice, Patricia, Shasha. She's her house got burnt to the ground, Andre, sometime before the new year. And Erin was the one who took her in until they were able to get her a rented house.
Wow.
Yes.
Hey, bravo, Erin.
Yes.
That's huge.
Yes, it is. I actually went to see her because she was the housekeeper when we worked at Club St. Lucia back then. So, yeah.
How many more messages do we have?
One more.
It's already 11:30.
One more on this one. It's no, Sills. She says, "Thanks so much, Andre."
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
And on the platform, the REV-UP St. Lucia WhatsApp platform. We're moving over to this.
Let's give that 5 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Birthdays are for women. Men don't care. I usually forget my
I
birthday.
agree.
So that must be a man. It's a 912 number. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Raleigh. It says Raleigh. So, Raleigh, if that's you. Rev up, my brother from another mother. I'm listening.
Hey, yes, Nikki. Yeah, Nikki, I'm so nice to hear from you, my friend. Remember I told you Nikki wasn't well and so on. He was at the hospital. Now he's back home
So how
and
you know it's him?
recuperating. Yes, his brother from another mother.
Oh, when you say
That's
that.
his little
Okay.
phrase.
All right.
So
'Cause I'm
Nikki,
looking.
thank you so much, partner. Hey, nice hearing from you. Nice hearing from you.
Nice.
That means you get in there. You get in there. All right.
It's also nice to hear Lady J's voice. Is she on board?
Who was that? Nikki?
The same person.
Oh,
so
okay.
that means he's
yes,
listening
yes,
for...
she's on board, my friend. She's on board. And just in case you didn't hear, Kina is no longer with us. Kina has moved on to greener pastures. All right.
But you said she'll be here on another...
Leave that alone.
Oh, okay.
Leave
I'm
that
sorry.
alone.
I always remember Andre joke on Charlie, taking the whole program to collaborate his... she means
Exactly.
celebrate. Yeah. To celebrate, I think that means...
Who said that?
I have no idea. A local number. To celebrate his birthday.
Yeah, some people make a big fuss with this thing, boy.
And this person also told us here it was called the Respiratory Hospital.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And then happy birthday, Redman. Enjoy. You're the perfect example of never give up.
All right, Redman.
So if in case something is wrong with him or was sounding loud and clear and soufre, I ain't taking pills yet.
Was that A.G. Simpson?
I have no idea who it is there, but you know what they're talking about. Okay.
And how old is that person? They didn't say?
No, that's just they chime in on what we were
I know.
talking
I
about.
just thought maybe they'd give me the age or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Andre, trust you to want to go there with that. Good morning, Rev-UP family. Lady J and Andre. Love your choice of music. Keep up the good work. Now to Wasco. Please send the water to Carolee. We have not had water for 3 weeks now. I understood that they are trucking water to the extreme north. So what about Carolee?
So I wonder, did Wasco explain as to why some areas would still not be receiving pipe-borne water? I wonder, did they explain? Did they say what maybe preventing or contributing or continuing with this shortage of water?
I would have to check that. I don't.
Okay, we don't have time for that right now. Let's
see the
continue.
last one, I think.
Let's continue.
That's from a 917 number. Good morning to Lady J and AP in the Rev-UP family. Tell AP to take care of that cough. He has it for months. Don't take chances.
I hear you chime loud and clear. This is, okay, let me tell you exactly what it is. This is what they call acid reflux.
Oh,
okay?
you have that, actually.
Yeah, and it makes you feel like you want to cough. That's what it does. All right? So you always have this little thing in the throat area. I know what the problem is. It's eating late at nights and so on. I've stopped that already. What I try to do now is to no later than 7 o'clock. My last meal. If I do
but
eat something.
do you take Tums, Andre?
No.
You should take that after. Just take 2.
The doctor had given me something, but I didn't really like the way I was feeling with it.
Yeah, Tums.
Yeah.
My mom suffers from that as well. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the problem. All right.
So in other words, you are just coughing because of that. But
Yes,
you're not
I don't have
coughing
a cold or
because of the
anything like that.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
All right. Okay. And take chances. Blessings.
And by the way,
to all.
Tony had it really bad.
Wow.
Yeah, Tony had it really bad.
I've heard some people can't even sleep.
Yeah, some people actually end up in the hospital.
Yeah.
So thank God mine is not that bad.
But Andre, if you don't take care of it, it could get there.
Well, yeah, the problem is, and folks, if you do have that problem, is the late night eating. Now, you see me, when I live
The late night eating, but also when you're overweight, I understand it can be bad as well.
Well, speaking from my experience, from me, because I'm not overweight. So I'm saying, for those of you who have the acid reflux issue, it has to do with eating late at night. Now, the eating doesn't have to be a heavy meal. Anything you eat, and what I used to do, I still munch on stuff, grapes or mangoes or pineapple, whatever I used to. your body still produces those acids. Okay? And after a while, you develop a problem. And that's exactly what happened to me and other people. So you have to quit it by at least 4 hours before you go to bed.
Yeah.
So best thing, you can, if you're in a position to do that, because some types of employment, you have to end up eating at night.
Late.
It does happen. But if you're going to have to eat at nights, make sure you're not going to sleep, because that's when you get the problem. That's when it actually comes up.
Yeah. So you're saying even if you sit down, you still have the problem, or only if you
If you go, because when you eat, again, as I said to you, when you eat, you have the acid that's activated.
Yeah.
You understand? So.
And does it come out like bile? Because that's horrible. No?
No.
Okay.
Because in most cases, like, nothing really comes, at least in my case.
In your case.
It's just that you just feel like you want to cough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Blessings. Day to all. Kiki, speedy recovery, dear, from Sunshine Charles. And also, Sunshine says, happy birthday, Mr. Leslie Compton. Enjoy to the max, dear. And I think one more. Yes, Redmond is indeed crippled. He has been so for a long time after he fell from a coconut tree. However, he drives around. His vehicle is modified. If one don't know him personally, they would never know he can't drive.
I didn't even know he had an accident. Wow. Okay.
Okay, and the final one, you are right when the person says, I ain't taking pills yet, and that was AG for true. He came back and says, it's AG, pills comment, meaning he is the one who commented. Okay, AG, you see, Andre knows you so well.
That's true. I
guess because he said Sufra
he's
there
about
as
the
well.
only one to make a kind of comment from Sufra.
Yeah. Andre knows you so well. Nice to know you locked on. We appreciate that.
Yeah, you know, there have been males who have had children in their 80s, you know, here in St. Lucia.
I've heard that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so
I've heard
so
that.
it doesn't mean that, as I said, even if the prune is wrinkled.
Well, we didn't say it was wrinkled. We just said, let me use the word that would be, we just said we're standing erect instead of bent. That's all we said. And how long we will be able to stand erect. And I'm speaking in parables, so get it.
Well, I don't think your parables are working.
It's working because he responded to
these
it.
These are easy to decipher.
Well, maybe the kids might not get it if they listen.
Parables. Okay. All right, Lady J. So, what can we expect today on the show? Today is Wednesday.
Yes, okay. We have the hit of the day for sure, Andre, and we have the one hit wonder. I'm getting to like them now, you know?
Yeah.
Getting to like them. And we also have Drive Safe, Live Safe, you know, our 5-minute. Yes, and then entertainment news. I look forward for that all the time. It's just about every day except Friday.
Yes.
Maybe this Friday it will take place because you said this Friday Zen is going to be doing the top 10.
That's correct.
Homegrown, and the ad is already out. And the time has changed too because, you know, Zen is in the afternoon. So it will be in the afternoon sometime within an hour of him taking over. So maybe from 4 or 4:30, I think the ad said. Yeah, so we'll have those times for you. And I will do part 2 of the dementia today.
Beautiful.
Well.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, so folks, stay with Lady J on the REV-UP Center. She's here until 3 o'clock this afternoon. From 3 until 6 going to be Zen the DJ. Alrighty, so do have yourself a great day. Keep it locked to REV-UP St. Lucia 95.9 FM. Andre Paul saying a big thank you for listening. A big thank you for viewing, especially those who are watching us on YouTube, on Facebook, on X, and also on DBS Television.
On DBS Television.
Yeah. Thank you
and
so
radio, of course, 95.9. And don't forget, we start Lent.
Yes, today. Yes, today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, the show brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
In moments of loss, finding comfort and support is essential. At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we understand that every life is unique, and honoring that life is our mission. Our dedicated team is here to guide you through every step, offering personalized services that reflect the cherished memories of your loved one. From traditional funerals to modern celebrations of life, we provide a range of options tailored to your family's wishes. Whether it's a simple service or an elaborate tribute, we ensure every detail is handled with care. Let us help you create a meaningful farewell, honoring the legacy of your loved one. To learn more about our services, call 758-452-2021 Castries, 758-454-9239 Viewfort. Visit us at www.ramballiesfuneral.com. Ramballies Funeral Parlor, where memories are cherished and love is everlasting.
We're not just another radio station.
Can you believe it?
We're the one revving up St. Lucia
This couldn't have come at a better time.
on Rev Up St. Lucia 95.9 FM.